I should have seen it coming. Looking back now, all the signs were there, standing in plain sight, like furniture I had simply chosen not to bump into. It started at the wedding. Gloria, my mother-in-law, wore cream, not white. No, she was far too smart for white. But cream was close enough to show up in every photograph beside my gown and make people do a second look. When I mentioned it to Daniel the morning after, he laughed and kissed my forehead. "You're overthinking it, babe," he said. "She just wanted to look nice. She's my mom."
She wore cream to our wedding, Daniel. And you wore white. You still won. He smiled that easy smile of his and handed me a cup of tea. And because I loved him and because it was the morning after our wedding, I let it go. I was good at letting things go in those early days. We moved into our apartment 3 weeks after the honeymoon. 2 bedrooms, tall windows, and a kitchen I had already planned in my head. I knew where I wanted the pots. I knew which shelf would hold my spices. I had thought about that kitchen more than I care to admit.
Gloria came to help us settle in. "I'll just stay a few days," she told me at the door, her suitcase already rolling past me into the hallway. "You two need an extra pair of hands."
She stayed for 11 days. On the 3rd day, I walked into the kitchen and found everything rearranged. The pots were on the left. My spices had been moved to the top shelf where I could barely reach them. The fridge had been restocked with brands I had never bought.
"Gloria," I said carefully, "I had a system in here." She turned from the cooker and smiled at me the way you smile at a child who has said something adorable but wrong.
"Sweetheart, Daniel has always kept his kitchen a certain way. I just helped it feel like home for him." She patted my hand. "You'll get used to it." I stood there holding a pot I did not know where to put anymore, in a kitchen that no longer felt like mine, 3 weeks into my marriage.
That evening, Daniel came home to a meal his mother had cooked, his favorite, the one she had been making for him since he was 7 years old. He sat down, took 1 spoonful, and closed his eyes. "Mom," he said, "nobody cooks like you."
She beamed. I passed the salt and said nothing. On the night before she finally left, I watched them do the dishes together. They were laughing about something that had happened when Daniel was 12. Some story I was not part of. Some world that existed long before I arrived. He looked light in a way I had not seen before. Easy. Like a man with nothing to prove and nothing to carry.
She dried her hands, held his face in both of hers, and said softly, "There, all settled now." I was standing right there in the doorway.
By our 3rd year of marriage, I knew the sound of her ringtone, the way I knew the sound of my own alarm clock. Every morning at 7:45, without fail, his phone would buzz on the breakfast table and her name would appear on the screen. Gloria. Every single morning. He always answered. He always stood up from the table and walked to the balcony to take the call, as though the conversation needed air and privacy that our kitchen could not provide.
One morning, I could not help myself. "What do you two talk about every day?" I asked when he came back in, his coffee already cold.
He shrugged. "Nothing much. She just likes to check in." "Check in," I repeated.
"Yeah, make sure I'm okay." I looked at him for a long moment. "Daniel, I am right here. I see you every morning. I sleep next to you every night. Does she not trust me to notice if something is wrong with you?"
He sat down and picked up his cold coffee. "It's not about trust, Amara. It's just how she is. She's always been like that." "I know," I said quietly. "That's what worries me."
He looked at me then, and I could see it in his eyes, that familiar wall going up, brick by quiet brick. "Can we not do this today?" he said.
And so we did not do it that day, or the next. We did not do it for months, because every time I tried to do it,
it ended the same way, with me feeling like the unreasonable one, and Daniel looking tired and caught in the middle. Even though he never quite chose the middle, he always, gently and without ever saying so out loud, chose her. There was the holiday we almost did not take because Gloria thought the dates were inconvenient for her own plans. There was the apartment we did not buy because it was too far from where she lived. There was the name we did not give our daughter because Gloria had already given it to her cat.
That last one, I am still not entirely over. I tried talking to my friend Bossy about it one afternoon over lunch.
The woman is everywhere, I told her. She is in my kitchen, in my mornings, in my marriage. I feel like I am renting space in my own home. Bose stirred her drink and said carefully, "Have you told Daniel exactly how you feel?"
I tell him all the time. No, I mean really told him, not argued. Told him.
I opened my mouth and then closed it again, because the truth was, I was not sure there was a difference anymore. Every conversation had become an argument before it even began. I was so tired of fighting that I had forgotten how to simply talk. So that evening, I tried. I waited until dinner was done and the plates were cleared and Daniel was relaxed on the sofa. I sat beside him, not across from him, and I spoke quietly. "I need you to hear me," I said. "Not defend her, not explain her, just hear me."
He turned to look at me. "Okay." "I feel like a visitor in our marriage," I said. "I feel like she was here before me and she never really left. I am not saying she is a bad person. I am saying that there is no room for me, Daniel. She fills every room before I can get there."
He was quiet for a while. The television was on with the sound turned down. Outside, a car horn sounded and faded. "She loves me," he finally said. "That's just how she shows it."
"I love you too," I said, "but I am your wife." He nodded slowly, but nodding and understanding are two very different things, and by then I knew the difference well. The night everything became clear to me was a Tuesday in October. We had a reservation at a restaurant downtown. Nothing grand, just the two of us. A quiet dinner to celebrate 3 months since our last real conversation that did not end in silence. I wore the green dress, the one he had once pointed at in a shop window and said, "You would look beautiful in that." I had remembered. I had bought it. I had kept it for a moment worth wearing it. He called at 6. "Mom is not feeling too well," he said. "I'm going to pass by and check on her. I won't be long." I stood in the green dress in our bedroom and looked at my own reflection for a while. "The reservation is at 7, I said. "I know, I'm sorry. I'll try to make it quick." He did not make it quick. By 8, I had cancelled the reservation. By 9, I was sitting at our kitchen table eating bread and groundnut soup I had warmed up from the pot in the fridge. By 10, he called to say he was on his way home and that his mom had just needed some company.
Just needed some company. I thought about the cream-colored gown. I thought about the pots on the left side and the 11 days and the 7:45 calls and the holiday we did not take and the apartment we did not buy and the name we did not give our daughter.
And then I stopped thinking and simply sat in the green dress in the quiet kitchen and accepted what I had probably known for a long time. She had not stolen him. I want to be clear about that. There was no malice I could point to, no single moment of cruelty to hang the whole story on. She was a mother who loved her son. That part was real.
But love, when it has no edges, when it never learns to end where another person begins, can take up all the air in a room without ever meaning to. She had loved him first. She had loved him longest. She had loved him in that deep, consuming way that leaves no instructions for how to love him second. And Daniel, my gentle, oblivious, well-meaning Daniel, had never once thought to ask her to leave a little room. When he came home that night, I was already in bed. He climbed in beside me and whispered, "Are you awake?"
Yes, I said. I'm sorry about dinner.
I know. A long silence passed between us like a slow river.
Amara, he said. Go to sleep, Daniel, I said softly.
And he did. Within minutes, his breathing slowed and deepened, and he was gone into sleep, the way he always was, easily, without trouble, like a man with a clear conscience. I lay beside him in the dark and looked at the ceiling for a very long time.
The question was never whether he loved me. He did, in the way he knew how. The question was whether the way he knew how would ever be enough. And in the quiet of that Tuesday night, with the green dress hanging on the back of the door and the smell of groundnut soup still faint in the air, I finally stopped pretending I did not know the answer.